So, Darrell,
Yeah.
you heard my kind of weird story here
Yeah.
about what happened to me,
Yeah.
and you said you kind of had something similar happen to you like that.
Oh,
Do you mind sharing it? I'm sitting around a campfire. I'd like to hear a weird story.
I'd like to hear a weird story.
Yeah, something like that might have happened to you, where you got moved around or displaced or taken from one spot to another.
Mike, you know a weird guy, and it's me.
We pick some cool friends, don't we?
We do. I'll tell you one little ghost story. I think I probably told you this before. I'll rehash it. So, me and my ex-partner, Aubrey Price, Mr. Aubrey Price, we're up on the mountain. We're up by the Spanish States, and where the Spanish States are, and Terry's filming.
That's our campfire get together.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, and so we spent the night up there, and had a little tent. Okay, but it wasn't exactly this big, but it was good size for two guys. And anyways, it had lightly snowed overnight. We're getting the drift from the Sierras.
Oh,
Okay, so it was snowing in the Sierras, and then it would blow across the deserts, and it would dust the mountain. Anyways, and so got up in the morning. There was a light snow on the ground, and I woke up, and Aubrey was he was awake too, but you know, it's the when you first wake up type of thing, you know. Anyways, and so I told Aubrey, I said, well, I'm going to make some coffee. He goes, okay. So he's just in his bag, just listening to me. I said, I'm going to get up and make some coffee. Okay. So I get on up, and I build a little campfire, mesquite. We had a lot of it we'd stashed away from the night before. And so I started cooking some coffee, and had coffee made and everything. I told Aubrey, I said, coffee's ready anytime you want to get out of your bag, And so I had a couple cups of coffee. Finally, I told Aubrey, I said, you know what? I'm going to walk down the canyon. I'm going to take a dump. Okay, all right. Okay. I grabbed the toilet paper and went on down the canyon a little ways. Well, while I'm gone, okay, and Aubrey would only relate this to me later, okay, but while I'm gone, he's laying in his bag, and he sees the shadow up against the side of the tent, and he thinks it's me. And he says, Darrell, you forget something? And then there's this shadow. And Darrell! And now Aubrey, he reaches for his 45. The same 45 I gave him. And he jumps outside of the tent. And there's nobody there. And so about a couple minutes later, I come back, and he's sitting by the fire. He's not drinking his coffee, or he's just sitting there. And I come back, and, I'm rejuvenated from taking a crap, And I sit on down, and he's literally shaking, like he's frozen or something. It wasn't that cold, but he's shaking. I said, what's up, Aubrey? You have your coffee? What's happening with you? And he wouldn't talk for the longest time until finally I got it out of him that he had seen the spirit.
Ah.
And I said, yeah, well. I said,
Freaked him out.
yeah. Anyways, I said, that's the way this mountain is, Aubrey.
Ah.
You know. Anyways, so he had a whole new respect for the mountain afterwards.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. So there's some places you camp at and you're okay, and there's other places you don't want to camp at because you could be up all night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, depends on really the psychological. You know how a person can deal with this stuff.
I agree with that.
You know, when I was by myself, it would happen to me rarely, but it might have been the fact that maybe I was even camping in places where it wasn't safe, but they accepted me or something, you know. I mean, you know, it's kind of weird to talk about, you know.
Well, right.
Yeah, anyway, so I didn't much worry about it, you know. I knew I made a fatal mistake when I camped at the Twin Gods one night, okay? And I moved during the middle of the night, okay? But I moved downhill, okay? I moved downhill, and believe it or not, I moved downhill to where I made this discovery at, okay? And but I was okay down there, but I wasn't okay up there, but next to the Twin Gods. Anyways.
Oh, what happened? Just see things, just hear things, just
all
just
kinds.
Spooked.
It's just spooked.
Just had a feeling you had to move, or
yeah, just had a feeling I had to move, and it was, you know, all kinds of strange sounds and hallucinogenic type of apparitions and everything else.
Mm.
So they were telling me, not here.
Now, were you on any drugs, Darrell?
No.
Okay.
Never.
I've never seen you take drugs.
No, I don't take drugs.
Yeah.
Let me look into his eyes and see that.
No, I don't take aspirin.
Good for you.
So
That's good.
yeah. Anyway, so I just moved downhill. Okay. There's a place down there, and when me, you, Bob, and Ty walked on up there, walked on up the hill, okay? We walked right over the place where I moved my little camp down. Anyways.
So you moved your camp back down the hill and you discovered something there?
Tombs.
Tombs.
Yeah.
You was in a sacred area.
Oh, yes, it's very sacred there. Absolutely. So, which leads me into about, when was this? It was like a month ago or so. I'm watching this new video on Skinwalker Ranch, okay, and there's this guy from what's that called, Basement Office or something like that, where he has this long video where he gets permission to personal permission from your buddy Brandon Fugel to come to the ranch, and sure enough, and so he interviews Brandon Fugel throughout. I mean, they both are Mormons. They both went to the same schools and everything else. So anyway, he goes through all of this and who Brandon Fugel is and the whole 9 yards. Anyways, till finally they get to the ranch. Okay, it's all very, very entertaining. Okay, and interesting. Okay, but where it becomes very interesting is where Brandon Fugel takes him on up to the side of the cliff. Okay, it says that's the only petroglyph we've ever found before. Okay, and it shows this diamond in it. And I said right there, holy they got tombs on this ranch. And that's, I emailed you on that.
How many different of them caverns you been in? Just one big one? Or you been in a couple? Not counting the Spanish.
Not counting the Spanish?
Yeah.
Then 2.
2?
Yeah. Yeah. Spanish is a whole different thing. But, you know, the entrance to that, you know, apparently was made by the little people, you know, because it's right next to the little stone chair.
Mm.
You know.
To the Spanish one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there might be another entrance there that the Spanish used. I mean, I don't know. I got no idea. I think I went through the back door.
Yeah.
You know. But you go through the back door, then you find all the Spanish later on, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so anyways.
Is there always a back door? Most generally.
Well, I have found it to be true on more than one occasion. But
So kind of like when we build a house, you have a place ingress egress by county law.
yeah,
You have to if you go in, you've got to have a way to get out in case something happens.
sure.
You got to have a way to get out of there to save yourself.
Sure. You have to have an exit, you know.
In my research, it shows that normally you always have an ingress and egress. You always have a front door and a back door.
I think in the case of the big cave, okay, which goes, I mean, I don't even know where it goes, okay. I mean, there's an ancient underground river there, for God's sakes, you know. But it flows somewhere underneath the desert floor. That has to be the back. That has to be, I mean, there has to be an opening there someplace, you know.
Yeah, so when I was core drilling,
Mm-hmm.
in the corn drilling industry, we went into the Riverside cement mine.
Yeah.
And it's the deepest mine under sea level.
Okay.
And they had big Terex tractors, and I mean great big trucks. And we went in there to drill the limestone, and we were drilling through granite down in the head walls.
Yeah.
Drilling through the granite looking for more limestone deposits down there. And we went through a part of that mine where it was just a great big monster cavern. There was literally a big waterfall in there, a big lake, and a river flowing out of the lake.
Well, I never saw any of that. I just heard the waterfalls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah.
Yeah, we were down 3,000 feet
Yeah.
where that waterfall and that lake and stuff was down there.
Yeah. Oh. What stopped me is I'm using flashlights and torches
Right.
when I'm inside there, and I set one or the other down, and I put my hand on what appeared after it lit up. Okay, that was some kind of crystal. Okay, and it was lit for about, I would say, 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, and then it went back down again. Okay. But I could see the hallway that I came through, and the giant statues holding up the ceiling, you know, and the other alcoves and everything was just a big long hall of everything. I could see all that. But after that, I just wandered out of there. Okay. Anyways, and you know, I talk about my orb. Okay, my orb was with me the whole time, invisible sight.
Invisible sight.
Yeah.
Protecting you.
Right, absolutely. Okay. And so after the lights dimmed and everything, I lit a torch up, and I basically, you know, whether talking to myself or talking to my orb and everything, I said, let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Let's. So you was with somebody?
His orb.
My orb.
Oh, his orb, yeah. Yeah. Let's.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but I mean, like there was another spirit with me too. The one that let me in.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Anyways.
So when you was
But
there,
you have to understand, I'm having another nervous breakdown.
well, yeah.
This is all going
absolutely
on.
Understand.
You know. Anyways,
So when you see that, Darrell, did you get a sense of any idea about maybe who was responsible for putting them in there?
no, I have no idea.
So in the mines I've been in, there's props.
Yeah.
There's mine props in there, and that's what them mine props are doing. They're holding up the ceiling.
Sure.
So these were their form of mine props.
Yeah. That
Sounds
were
like.
smelted and everything else, as far as our understanding of it. It's all happened, and it's haunted me forever.
How long was you down there?
Well, I know I was down there for over a day.
Over a day.
Yeah. But I didn't find the main chamber until.
Was that because in the mines I've been in and the holes that I've dug, when you get down in there, it's a little bit chilly.
Well, it
Underneath
depends.
the ground.
Some are cold, some are hot.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never been in no hot one.
Yeah, these ones here in Arizona, or at least the Revolution mine, man, is 4,000 feet. They had to put in big coolers in there to blow air. They can't go deeper because it's so hot till they cool it down.
I never noticed anything like that. I was comfortable the whole time.
Mm-hmm. So it was a good temperature.
But it's a lava tube chamber everywhere. I mean, ceiling, floor, everything else.
Huh.
You know, most of it is rough hewn. You know, there's some places in there that's looked like the walls were polished, you know, and smooth and stuff. But for the most part, it was rough. But, you know,
So it must have freaked you out. Just like, man, what in the world? Can you?
I'd
I can't
still
believe I'm
freaks.
looking at this.
Still freaks me
I'd
out.
be in awe.
Just in total awe.
Yeah,
Like, I can't believe I just seen that.
yeah,
Get out of here.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah, and you know, I think about it all the time. You know,
I would.
not all the time, but I mean, you know, yeah, it haunts me. You know, I put you in. You know. But I mean, you know, everybody says, "Well, how come you don't take anything?"
That's
Well,
wise.
hey, yeah.